A cloud of brown dust settled over the flattened grass, the telltale trail of horse lords on the move. Seljuk had returned. The son of a chieftain of the Oguz Confederation, Seljuk left his tribe as a youth to fight in the wars of the Khazars. Now he returned with a band of loyal warriors, vowing to take back his ancestral pasture lands stolen by rival tribesmen. A battle like this one, so far from the civilized world, may seem insignificant in the course of history. But such a skirmish would birth the rise of a great empire and a greater people. Seljuk, son of Toka, has returned to his ancestral pastures, now stolen by rival Oguz tribes. He calls on his cousins to help him retake his birthright. A Turk is nothing without a horse. The animals give milk, meat, hides, and transportation. Every mare in Seljuk's herd allows him to add 5 warriors to his war bands. Raiding is the way of the steppe. Seljuk's warriors plunder gold from enemy yurts and the bodies of rival nomads. Seljuk subjugates tribes by destroying large yurts. Ox wagons represent tribes subjugated by Seljuk. These wagons can be converted into yurts for training units. Find a clear area and delete the ox wagon to lay a foundation for a yurt. A villager is needed for construction. Remember, nomads value space. Do not build close to trees, rocks, or other obstructions. While the men raid and fight, Turkish women raise livestock and construct yurts. Seljuk must protect these women or his tribe. River, the great tent. Site of the Kurultai, a gathering of nomads to choose the great Kaga. No horse lord resides here, but warriors and shamans come from time to time.
Father a mighty people to rule the steppe. I will take from the Oguz, and my children will be as numerous as my herds. The Kipchaks and Karakhanids know the strength of my blood. They offer their daughters to me in marriage. I would choose one of them to birth a great king.
Seljuk and his descendants will each have ambitions. These objectives are optional, but achieving them will strengthen the Seljuk bloodline for generations.
Selam Burgay mı?
Seljuk's warriors are ruthless raiders. They urge Seljuk to raid the settled peoples to obtain wives to work the camps.
Tayyar mı? Bargay mı? Burgay mı?
Drink, drink, boy. Do not give me religious prohibitions tonight. You are my son now, and we will ride together in the morning.
Hey.
My herds are as numerous as blades of grass. This is good.
Selam. Burgay mı? Tayyar mı? Burgay mı? Emriniz selam gaymen. Derhal kıl gaymen. Emriniz bargaymen. Teyyar derhal kıl gaymen.
Salve.
Düşündüm. Derah köşkeyim bargaymen.
There is no God but God, and Muhammad is the messenger of God.
Düşündüm.
Emriniz he.
Hazır düşündüm. Hazır kılkaymen.
Selam. Düşündüm.
Amringen system Obuem파이어2.
The old gods stole from me and drove out my father and my family. Now they lie on the step, trampled like grass underneath my feet. I have fathered a great bloodline that will be remembered throughout the ages.
Emriniz derhal kıl gaymen. Selam. Kurgayman. Kurgayman. Teyyar bargayman. Emriniz? He. Kurgayman. 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 Selam dar bargayman. Kurgayman. Emriniz düşündüm.
아잉?
entire world seemed to fear the House of Seljuk. Once simple nomads, the Seljuk Turks now ruled as lords of a vast empire stretching from Anatolia to the frontiers of India. On Malik Shah's sudden death, however, poisoned on the orders of a jealous caliph, the great empire descended into turmoil. Palace intrigues and infighting tore the empire apart, leaving it open to invasion by other peoples. First came the Europeans, crusaders pledging their lives to take Jerusalem and battering their armies against the Seljuk cities. Then came the nomads of the north and east, riding and pillaging through Persia, much as the grandfathers of the Seljuk Turks had once done themselves. Though the proud bloodline of those Seljuk founders would die, their people would remain. The Turks would rise again. Mstislav surveyed the noisy and smoke-filled hall crowded with his distant relatives. He wondered if he would be safer pursuing the Cumans across the steppe than staying in that room. At least the Cumans would have the decency to stab him when he was looking. Ostensibly, the crowd had come to congratulate him on his many victories and his marriage to the daughter of the Cuman warlord Kotyan. But Mstislav knew that though he was the man of the hour, that fame would come with expectations. Very expensive expectations. His uncle, also named Mstislav, came to him, bowing in a way that showed his discomfort of being lesser status than his young nephew, at least for the moment. Grabbing his arm, and with a knowing nod, he reminded his nephew that the treacherous Vsevolod the Red still ruled in Kiev. Of course, the elder continued, a good nephew would use his great fame to restore his generous uncle to power in that city. The younger Mstislav nodded. Then came two sons of Vsevolod the Big Nest, a prince whose power and realm had been large, but not large enough for his 8 sons. His ambitious progeny had been causing headaches across all of Rus for many years. Now these two, Yaroslav and Konstantin, came asking for help to depose their own brothers from 2 northern principalities. Mstislav nodded again. Hours later, as the celebration ended, he glanced over to his wife, sheepishly smiling at the nobleman paying her a bit too much attention. What did this Cuman Khan's daughter know of the politics of the Rus? Her people were simple. In the eastern steppe, the rules were uncomplicated. The strong ruled and the weak perished. And yet, Mstislav wondered, why had a steppe people like the Cumans not yet demolished the squabbling and divided Rus? But it was only a momentary thought. Mstislav had more pressing matters. He had made many promises tonight. Prince Mstislav, your relatives' men are so filled with drink that they are causing a ruckus in the farmlands outside the walls. They must be punished.
Приказание.
Daybreak. What a bloody way to end a wedding night. But there is now much to do. Two sons of Vsevolod the Big Nest have asked you to depose their own brothers in Novgorod and Vladimir. Your uncle lays claim to Kiev, and you have unfinished business with your own rival, Prince Danilo of Halich. Prepare the Druzhina, gather grain for the campaign, and raise the banners of war. A Bogata is a great hero destined to be sung of in the epic poems of Rus. Find Bogata like this one and use them in battle. The more victories a Bogata achieves, the more his legend will grow. There are many villages, monasteries, and fortified camps that can be captured by clearing them of enemies. Capturing them will provide resources, relics, military buildings, and other benefits. Druzhina are loyal retainers who guard their prince's territory. Armed with shield and axe, they can be trained from towers. Warriors from the surrounding countryside muster at camps like this one to defend Rus from marauding nomads. It would be wasteful to destroy lands your ally will soon rule. Instead, target your enemy's castles. If a castle is sufficiently damaged, the principality will surrender. Since your ancestors discarded their pagan ways, monasteries like this one have been a focus of Rus life and enrich a prince's lands. The Teutonic Knights say the swamps beyond are plagued by pagan devils. If you smash the pagan shrines, you will show yourself a friend of the Order. Capturing villages like this one will help supply your army and grow your manpower. Humans have been arriving from the east, claiming to be fleeing from a great and ruthless enemy. Their warriors pledge to serve you if you give them food to feed their families. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are asking for food. They say they were forced to leave their livestock behind, so great was the threat from the east.
Вашим услугам. Да. Приказание. Понятно. Да, господин.
stories the humans tell do not seem believable. They claim that a great horde has risen from the Far East and has already conquered many distant empires. It may be wise to take some precautions.
아따.
The Teutonic Knights say that you flirt with heresy, but that you also showed devotion by shedding blood against the pagans. They will fight alongside you for the glory of God. A little grain and meat is a small price to pay for the support of human tribes. They will be a powerful army under your command.
Здравствуй. Да. Приказания.
The young prince Danilo Romanovich rules Halych on the borders with Poland and Hungary. His lands are rich in agriculture and provide pastures for large cavalry armies. Kiev has been victim to many conquests and sackings, but remains the capital of Rus in the hearts of all loyal Druzhina. If Vsevolod the Red can be deposed, your uncle will be a powerful ally in this city. Danilo of Halych surrenders to you and pledges that he will be a faithful ally. There is no reason to disbelieve the young prince. Vsevolod the Red flees, and your uncle Mstislav has taken control of Kiev. You can now use the city's university.
Да.
Novgorod has been a free city since the days of Vladimir the Great. Svyatoslav Vsevolodovich has the support of the city's militia, giving him superior spearmen and skirmishers. His cavalry is also well suited to fighting armored boyars. More Cumans arrive, telling of entire armies surrounded and vanquished, and whole tribes sold into slavery. As fierce as the Cumans are, whatever has driven them to flee must be spawned from hell itself. You have forced Novgorod's town council to depose Sviatoslav and place his brother Yaroslav in control of the city. Your people are distressed by the arrival of so many humans. They are urging action to be taken against them. Whatever enemy is in the distant east is less threatening than the hordes already at your gates. Attack the humans or ignore the demands from your people. Attacking will cause you to lose all human allied tribes, but will grow your support from your people. Receive plus 25 population. Vladimir has always defended the eastern approaches to Rus lands with kreposts, well-armored infantry, and resilient warriors. Yuri Vsevolodovich will be a challenge to depose from this well-defended frontier.
Вашим услугам. Приказания.
You have deposed Yuri Vsevolodovich and placed his brother Konstantin in control of Vladimir. He will be a useful ally on the eastern frontiers. Men from the east arrived in Kiev. They claimed to be ambassadors from a great Khan who has conquered Persia and Cumania. They said that if the princes of Rus served their Khan, these lands would be untouched by the Khan's hordes. Your uncle had them executed. Whatever comes from the east, you will not fight alone. Your allies gather their armies. They will meet you at your city. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The Cumans are thankful and pledge to serve you in battle. The flow of Cuman refugees from the east has slowed. Perhaps the danger has passed.
Приказания.
Prince Mstislav the Bold and the remnants of his army returned from the battle on the Kalka River, weakened and weary. As they passed the Rus cities, the church bells were silent, for all expected the Mongols would be just a day behind, bringing more death and destruction. Miraculously, no invasion came. Prince Mstislav had seen the weakness in the Rus princes, all too divided for the sake of petty squabbles to unite against so great a threat. But the fact that the Mongols did not press their advantage meant that this was a lesson that would die with Mstislav only a few years later. When Mstislav passed from illness, his relatives were not around. They were too busy fighting over his territory. The Rus princes resorted to war among one another, planting the seeds of their own destruction. There would be no second chances. The Mongols would return.